On this episode of AMA Air, we'll take one more look at the 2018 National Aeromodeling Championships.
And we will introduce you to Steve Woody, AMA's Shipping and Receiving Administrator.
Plus, we'll discuss AMA's new online experience at modelaircraft.org. All that and more on this episode of AMA Air. Hello, and welcome to AMA Air, your source for modeling news. I'm Chris Savage.
And I'm Erin Dobbs. Shreveport Area Radio Control Society will be holding Warbirds for Warriors on August 17th and 18th in Shreveport, Louisiana. The event is open to all Warbird and scale aircraft.
The Winnemac Aeromodelers are holding the Out of Sight Aero Tow August 22nd through the 26th in Winnemac, Indiana. The club encourages modelers to join them at their 18-acre facility.
Flying Circus 2018 will be held on August 25th in White Lake, Michigan. World War I aeromilitary and civilian gas, glow, and electric aircraft are all welcome at the event sponsored by the Pontiac Miniature Aircraft Club.
The Rochester Aeromodeling Society is hosting the Ed Van Wagner Memorial Air Show and Open House in Macedon, New York on August 25th and 26th. The Fun Fly is open to all fixed-wing aircraft.
Northwest RC Monster Fest 2018 will be held August 24th through the 26th in Junction City, Oregon. The Eugene RC Aeronauts say this event is for any size and type of aircraft. Plus, there is a Saturday pool party for all registered pilots.
The Miniature Aerosportsters are holding the 6th Prairie Dog Pattern Classic in Brighton, Colorado on August 18th and 19th. The airfield will be open for practice on Friday the 17th.
For more information on these events or to find one in your area, you can check out the sanctioned event calendar in Model Aviation or at modelaircraft.org. I'm going to the pool party. What one are you going to?
I'm going to the pool party too, and I am bringing a float plane.
Yes!
Float plane in the pool, everybody.
Awesome. Coming up, we will take a look at some highlights from the National Aeromodeling Championships.
Hi, my name's Lawrence Tugas. I'm the AMA District 10 Vice President. We're going to have a District 10 fly-in October 26th through the 28th. It's going to be in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada at the Prop Nuts Field in North Las Vegas. You can fly jets, you can fly IMAC, you can fly scale. We're going to have a FPV course, so we'll be doing FPV racing. We'll also have a control line circle for control line flying. Hope to see you there October 26th through the 28th.
Recently, a committee in the House of Representatives convened a roundtable on counter-drone measures as part of its broader examination of UAS policy. Although the roundtable focused on this issue, Section 336 was discussed several times. Given the very specific topic, AMA wasn't asked to participate in the roundtable directly, but one of our coalition partners was invited to discuss countermeasures. When panelists were critical of Section 336, they were able to effectively communicate our coalition's consensus position. Many legislators also showed support and acknowledged hobbyists have been operating safely in the airspace. Although the press headlines of the roundtable were inflammatory, the discussion did not have an impact on our efforts to secure legislative language.
As it has been for 80 years, AMA's top priority is protecting and advancing our members' interests in Washington, D.C. AMA remains the center of every policy discussion regarding efforts to limit our access to the airspace. It is also important to note that the concerns voiced in the roundtable are nothing new, but in fact part of a battle that AMA has been fighting behind the scenes for many years. The good news is that we're making progress in the fight. The House have already passed the FAA reauthorization legislation with Section 336 improvements, and we are working with the Senate right now to do the same. As always, the most current information is available on our website at modelaircraft.org/gov, and we encourage you to reach out with any questions.
The 6th annual National Model Aviation Day is coming up on August 11th. While we're celebrating a little early here at AMA headquarters this weekend, you can still find an event in your area. Visit nationalmodelaviationday.org and click on Find an Event.
The National Model Aviation Museum needs your help. The museum staff has been working for the last 6 years to identify a helicopter that has been in the collection since before 1998. With some help and insights from AMA members, some progress has been made, but there is still some mystery surrounding the helicopter. You can learn more about the model in the July episode of Flyby on our YouTube channel at Model Aircraft.
The 2018 National Aeromodeling Championships are coming to an end, so let's take one last look at some of the highlights.
My name's Harry Ells. I'm here at the AMA flying site for the U.S. pattern nets. I drove down from Canada earlier this week, and I've been practicing at the Converse field, and now we are into our first day of competition. I felt really good coming down. I came down Wednesday night. I've had probably the most practice flights I've ever had here going into this competition. Nerves are always a little bit of an issue the first flight, but I settled down for my second flight and scored much better. I look forward to a second day.
So I started flight model airplanes when I was 10 with my dad. We flew a lot of free flight and control line. Things kind of grew from there, and we started flying RC, and I've been doing it for 50 plus years as well.
Yeah.
I just started flying gliders about 5 years ago. One of the fellows in the club introduced me to it, and it grabbed me like a wildfire, and started sloping, and after a couple of years started doing this thermal flying, which I find very challenging. I historically was an aerobatics guy. My dad was a fighter pilot, and so aerobatics were important to him. They became important to me. So I would say to all you precision aerobatics guys that packed up this morning and headed home, try soaring.
Yeah.
It's great. It'll just totally recharge it.
I just like the sailplanes. I like the challenge of it. Every flight is a challenge just to stay airborne, and then you try to catch a thermal and go up just like a hawk does. And it's always a challenge, and it's always fun. And then there's the camaraderie and friendship. It's really a great sport.
Hi, this is Greg Simon. I'm flying F1G at the 2018 Nationals in Muncie, Indiana. The idea here is duration. It's a 2-minute max, 5 rounds. We're winding outside the model on what they either call a aluminum tube or half shell. This is 5-to-1 ratio winder, and usually go around 400 turns in these 10-gram motors. And it's 12 strands of 1/8 rubber is what I'm using. And after you're wound, you transfer the motor to the airplane, put it in 90 degrees, and rotate it. Locks the hook in the back. You pull the tube out, and you hook on the propeller. And ready to fly.
My helicopter is a Twin Star, formerly known as an AS-355 by Aerospatial Industries. It is a double turbine machine. Now, these machines, my particular machine, does not have a turbine. It's electric powered because it's easier to maintain. It's environmentally friendly, which is the main thing. I don't have to worry about fuel, just freshly charged batteries, so on and so forth. My fuselage is from Schluter. It's a very, very old machine, old fuselage, a body, that was kind of resurrected from an old hobby shop in Brooklyn, in Manhattan, New York. It was in terrible shape, and myself and one of my partners, he helped me get the body formed properly, so on and so forth, and help with some of the details of the machine itself. This machine is a treat to fly. It's not extremely loud. In my case, it's extremely easy to fly because of my other precision aerobatic skills. I can move this machine around pretty much effortlessly and not have too much issue with it. I love this machine. It's heavy, it's a bright color, you can see it in the air really well, and it works to my advantage.
Well, my name is Alex Topanov. I'm living in Chicago, and I moved to Chicago from Russia when I was like about 20 years old. I started flying back in Russia with my father when I was maybe like 12. So since that I've been flying, and my father were all in stunt and combat, so I was flying combat. I didn't for all my life. I was building my own airplanes, compete in Russia as junior, and then I moved to the United States and started flying combat here. I had really good partners, to fly. I started flying with Rich Tupper and Jory Siegel, Luz Cavon, and Ran Marchiglione, and that was a great team. We were flying for a long period of time. Me and Rich, we made to the team, and that's how I started to start being on the team, in the United States team. And then one day when I was in the machine shop, one guy asked me to fly a team race with him just to practice because his pilot can't, and that's how he pulled me up into the team race. And since that, I started flying team race. You have to practice a lot, you have to put lots of times, but when you're gonna get good results, that's where the adrenaline kicks in for the racing itself.
What makes speed distinctive from other events? It's horsepower. It's kind of like the NHRA hot rods of model airplanes, so to speak. We're looking for how fast and as fast as we can possibly go within the rules in each particular discipline. In this case, we have a half A class, both in proto and half A speed, 21 sport speed, F2A speed, and Formula 40, 21 proto, A speed and B speed, and D and fast jet. I got involved since I was a wee little boy. My father introduced this to me, obviously, since I was 5 years old, and at that point in time he had me on the handle of a rat racer back in 1964-65 year. So I'm doing about 108 miles an hour back then, and it kind of stuck in my blood ever since then. So here I am, some 53 years later, and still doing it. Enjoy every minute of it.
You can see more from the Nats at nats.modelaircraft.org/nats-news.
Coming up, meet AMA's Shipping and Receiving Administrator.
Every journey starts somewhere. Our journey begins with imagination. And imagination can take us anywhere. Because the best journeys end with new beginnings.
This year, Steve Woody took over as the Shipping and Receiving Administrator here at AMA, and we are glad to have him on board. Let's learn a little more about Steve.
Hi, I'm Steve Woody. I took the position as Shipping and Receiving at AMA. I deal with all the packaging coming in for different events, NATS events, and etc. I like to shoot pool a lot. I do a lot of pool tournaments, benefits for people, and etc. I just actually did a benefit tournament for a friend of mine. He passed away at 29, and we did a benefit tournament to help his wife with his 2 children that he left behind, and pretty good tournament. Well, it's kind of amazing because everybody that played, we had 30 people that played in the tournament, and out of the 30 people, 30 of them said that if they won the tournament, they was donating their money right back into the memorial tournament. You know, I mean, it's pretty awesome. I mean, to help a family out, you know, especially in times like that. We call it the pool family because there's quite a few of us, and Muncie has quite a few pool players that are good people. I have 5 kids, and I've got the blended family, which I have stepchildren, and it keeps me preoccupied. I have one that's 4, and my oldest is getting ready to be 20. I've got them scattered from 4 to 9 to 14, 18, and 20. And I mean, they keep me on the go. They're all into different things. I mean, I've got 2 that are adults now, and they're trying to find their way in life, and it's been pretty interesting. I encourage him, you know, to be respectful to others and to, you know, do what you enjoy doing, you know, and make sure you get the job that you enjoy doing. That way you enjoy getting up every day to go to work and enjoy being around the people that you're around at work.
All right, so ever since Steve has started, he definitely is a little bit ornery, so he fits in really well around here. We're so happy to have him on board.
So I haven't, what kind of things have you seen? I haven't experienced this.
Oh, just kind of like hiding and popping out and stuff like that.
Sure, very nice. Well, I'll tell you, he has been a ton of fun. I friended him on Facebook, and Dylan, actually right over here, told me, you know what, he did the same, and it was like the best friend ad he's ever done, because he's so awesome. He's always like so positive and has fun things to talk about. So
he does.
Very, very happy to have Steve on board here.
Absolutely.
Well, have you visited modelaircraft.org recently? Well, coming up, we will discuss some changes that are coming to the website. In the last episode of AMA Air, we talked about the launch of a new AMA website at modelaircraft.org, which we expect is going to be online later this week. As part of the new design, we've worked to make some of the tools we know are important to you easier to find and to use. If you're looking for a club or an event to attend, for example, look no further than the homepage of modelaircraft.org to find the club and event finders. And if it's time for you to renew your membership, head right to the top of the page where you'll find the all-new Membership Enrollment Center with a one-click path to your renewal.
Some features, such as the club roster management and online sanctioning, are being finished up now and will be released within a few weeks. But you can still take care of these important tasks by contacting us over the phone or via email. Speaking of contacting us, make sure you use the feedback button at the bottom of every page of the new website to share your thoughts and ideas with us, as well as any problems that you might encounter. We've put a few test flights on the new website already, but we can expect there are still a few bugs that we'll find as we do the fine-tuning to get it really dialed in. And keep an eye on your inbox for information about the new website.
That's all for this episode of AMA Air. You can stay connected with us by following us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
For even more videos, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And from all of us here at AMA, thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time, but for now, it's time to get that float plane in the pool.